Hello everybody and welcome to the Prairie View neighborhood here in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. Fantastic community feel where you're able to get a borderline new construction home without having to wait around for all the new construction process. So these homes that you'll see, the large majority of them are two-story. There are maybe upwards of 5 to 10 single-story homes that are in this community, but all of them have the really cool concrete or hardy plank board style siding that's super low maintenance. And on top of that, like I said, the community feel here, there's some parks that you'll see here that are phenomenal for the families to get together. They'll have soccer games at the end of school from, let's say, 3 o'clock onwards, almost every single weekday. And it's a really great way to build a community with the neighbors that you're living next to. If you're new to this channel, my name is Jacob Sheets, your Wisconsin realtor, and me and my affiliated agents cover the entire state of Wisconsin. And if you're wanting to learn more about any of these neighborhoods just like this, or see what's available on the market, I actually have links below for you. There's two. The first one will take you to an active live list of everything that's for sale in this exact neighborhood, and the second one is a link directly to our calendars in my website that you can go and punch in a time that works best for you at your time on your earliest convenience whenever you are ready to book an appointment, have a buyer or seller consultation. Those will be in the pinned comment below, so make sure to click on those to start a conversation. And right before we get started, make sure to hit our subscribe button and ring our notification doorbell below so you don't miss any of our future videos. And with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the Prairie View neighborhood in Cedarburg.
So like in all of my neighborhood tours, I like to go from a really big picture and narrow it down one step at a time. And in that process, you're also able to see what important things this neighborhood is next to, both in the municipality that it's in, but also in the state as a whole. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Obviously, we've got the state of Wisconsin here. And the first place that we have that we are stopping into, we can see the city of Milwaukee is right down here. And we're just northwest of Milwaukee. So we pull it down here, hit Cedarburg there, and you take down 43. This highway will take you right down to Milwaukee. We have the Milwaukee North Shore over here, and a little bit more of the east side of the highway. And here is the heart of downtown Milwaukee. So after you're done with your potential commute home, you got, let's say, 20-30 minutes, and now we are at Cedarburg. So as a reminder, you have this red line. That is the outline of the city of Cedarburg. The town of Cedarburg extends beyond this, and you have like these little more green areas over here and a few little spots over here and here. But right now, the Prairie View neighborhood is actually inside the city of Cedarburg. So let's take a look at the highlights this neighborhood is nearby. We can go one step at a time here, and we see the actual neighborhood itself. Now this is actually, I'm gonna go ahead and hit escape here and show you that this is an old view. So if you go from like the 3D view, we remove this and you can actually see, this is probably from maybe 10 years ago. Click this off and boom, this is actually how developed this neighborhood is. Prairie View, there's a few more houses actually that have been built since this has gone up, like over here and over here. This has been finished and actually just recently sold. It'll be in our comparables a little bit later in the video. This lot right here is one of the only ones that is left at all in this entire neighborhood if you're wanting to go new build, new construction. So you're not completely out of the running for this, but that will probably get scooped up pretty darn quick here. And then after that, we'll just have existing homes, which these are really high quality homes. So like you won't have a problem going into this. You know, you might have some maintenance to deal with if you have one of the first homes that was built over in this area, like when we turn this back off and we go over to that view, layers, and turn that back off. If you get into some of these first properties, right, you probably have a higher likelihood of being able to have that delayed maintenance that you have to take care of, but in the most part, I mean, a lot of these are pretty darn close to brand new construction properties. And while we're here too, I'm going to go ahead and just show you the path we're going to take. So we were parked right here. This is the main entry off of Wauwatosa Road here, and it kind of goes from a 45 mile an hour down to a 25 here. So, but you're also right next to the police station. So most people aren't going to be speeding past that are knowledgeable about the area, as far as if you're worried about, you know, kids going to school or whatever, because we'll get into this a little bit later, but when we see the areas, important things nearby, over here is both the high school, you can see here, and the middle school. There's a lot of other things that are very walkable. We'll get to that in a moment. So we're going to start right here. We're parked at this location. We're going to go up and around this edge, go up here, round, back, coming over this way, Go all the way around this part of the neighborhood and turn around here so that we can see now the outside of these homes here. Come back over this way, then we're going to stop at the court here, and you're going to be able to see that when we go by here, if you want to take a pause and see what this lot looks like, you can see there's still a little stake in the ground and everything. That one again is the only one that's not been built on yet. So as you go by here, you'll see this open space coming out, and right here is Prairie View Park. So Prairie View Park is a huge selling point of this neighborhood. It is just a really, really, really nice open space that I'd say probably around 3 days a week after school is done, the kids get done and they walk over back home and they get their rides back home, and they end up having soccer games here. They have football games like flag football and stuff like that. And there's a little jungle gym / play area and a small parking lot. This is one of the nicer additional parks. I mean, you're right across from Cedar Point neighborhood that you did a video on. There'll probably be a card somewhere here for that neighborhood tour as well. So there's a lot of open space here, but this one's super nice. And there's actually, you don't see it from here, but there's kind of like a sound beam a little bit, not a huge one, with some trees as well. So although you have a pretty busy highway here, you don't need to worry too much about the kids running over that way. I mean, if they're really little kids, obviously keep an eye on them, but pretty decently, segmented off for being right on the main road there. So continuing on, the other places that are important nearby, I talked about Cedarburg High School is just a walk away. And then the Prairie View Park next to Cedar Point Park and the police department. And skipping forward, you kind of have West Lawn Elementary School. This is, remember, right here is the Cedar Point neighborhood. Let's zoom out a tiny bit. And we can see on our prior videos, Cedar Point, Prairie View, and over here we'll have in the next video coming up too, Top View Trails. So that's over in this part of the town. When we go back over this way, we have easy access also to walking to West Lawn Elementary School. So if you want to go through here, or you want to go on kind of the south side of downtown, it's also a really, really easy way to access that. Obviously up here, when we have Top View Trails, we'll get into this in the next video, but you have close access to Parkview Elementary School, and then also like things like the Cedarburg Pool, and then coming down this way, I'm getting ahead of myself for that other video, and you can get the north side of downtown very easily. Also the fairgrounds are right here. But for Prairie View, you walk down here and you have access to other things down in this south side pretty quickly, just like the interurban bike trail, right? We mentioned this in the Cedar Point video. I'm going to keep both the interurban bike trail and historic downtown and all of these, main Cedarburg ones, because it's one of the biggest selling points of living here in Cedarburg and how easy it is to access those, amenities from our current neighborhood locations. So going next, the historic downtown. This is where all the shops are, right off of Cedar Creek itself. And last, but certainly not least, this is Zoinert Park right here. So this is really nice. This is going to be a little bit further of a walk. Most people, it sounds kind of crazy to someone who's in a very walkable city like Madison or whatever, that people walk everywhere. This could easily be a walk from where you're living here. It would probably be, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. But could walk it if you really wanted to and you were into that, or super easy bike ride. But most people, being just completely honest, will probably end up driving from this location over to Zoinert Park. And pickleball has gotten really, really popular as of recent here in 2023. And we actually have 2 or 3 courts to play pickleball at. In Zoinert Park right here, we have a pickleball and / tennis court. A really nice pavilion that my wife and I actually went on a nice date here in the past. And in addition to the pickleball courts in this park, we also have a walking path that goes right around the water as well. So now we are aware of all of the benefits and other amenities that are nearby the neighborhood. Let's go ahead and drive it and also take a look at the statistics that go into the average sale price, bed bath count, square footage, and acreage, lot size, everything you need to know about all of these properties here in Prairie View. So I went back and pulled the last 3 years of market data for this neighborhood specifically. And you can see over here we have the one current property that is for sale is at $750,000. It has about a 1/3 acre lot, has 4 beds, 3 baths. It's been on the market for 1 day, literally just went on the market. The sale price per square foot right now, or list price, is $208. So kind of the low 200s. We'll see what that looks like compared to other recent sales in a little bit. About 3,600 square feet finished total. Of that, only 2,000 of it is in the main level. We see this is kind of a ranch style property compared to a lot of these other ones that'll have 2 stories and a little bit more square footage. And as we go down here, please do take a look at this. Feel free to pause as much as you'd like. And the way I like to look at this first is see what is the most recently sold in the neighborhood, and then also what's the most comparable to the property. And that's where I start to get the best comparables when doing a market analysis or judging if something is over, underpriced, or how to evaluate someone's home to list. So when we go over here, we see the 750, we see about $200 per square foot. Scrolling down, let's see what had most recently sold. Here's 2021, 21. These are all sold in 2021, so big year for the neighborhood. 22, we had a new construction property that was built 2022, and it sold for $750. And that's about halfway through the year is when it sold. And then now we can also see 2022, about shortly before that, that sold for $765. And we go down here, this is sold 23, so this is halfway through the year. This is about 5 months ago. It's currently November, and sold for $800,000. And this was an off-market property actually. So this was a one-party listing that the agent brought the buyer and seller together on, and that was sold for $207 per square foot. And it looks like it had about 3,800 total square footage and 3,000 on the main above grade level, not just main but above grade, so main level and upper, right? So if we go in and we compare that to our current one, it had 1,000 less square footage, this one that's active on the market. And it says right here, not a whole lot of finished basement space, just a little bit. So that's how we can kind of look and compare. This was built in 2014, this is built in 2015, so pretty darn similar there. Acreage about the same. Now let's see bed bath count. Same bed, same bath count, and about the same acreage as well. And same full bath, and it has one less half bath, the one that's currently listed. Now if we go down, we can also see the other one that's 2023. So this was done just a month ago, and this one just closed. It was on the market for about 27 days and was listed at $830,000. Was a ranch-style property, 3-car garage, just like just about everything in this neighborhood, and it ended up selling for just $805,000, which, I mean, comparables-wise, okay, I see that, but we see $250 per square foot, and we see this one at $207,000. We can kind of see if we go real quick through all these, and again, this is going all the way back to 2021, so it's not completely accurate to just take something that old and say, yes, we should list it for the same price there, it's worth the same amount. It's not how that works, but at least we can get a good idea of the neighborhood averages and trends. So 250, kind of 300, 275, 220, so kind of in that $250 per square foot range is not super unrealistic when looking at something in this neighborhood right now. There's a whole lot more we could dive into and get into all the nitty-gritty, but if you want to do that, you can just set an appointment with me or one of my affiliated agents in that link below, and we will go ahead and chat for as long as you want all about these trends, market data, and what's going on currently in this neighborhood. All right, time for the fun part. I'm going to take you out right now on a personal drive through this neighborhood so you can see all the houses, the actual street view, literally, what the curb appeal is, and if there's any particular homes you really, really like. And I have not been a stranger to these homes. I've knocked on almost all of their doors in the past. So if there is even 1, 2, 3 that you specifically love so much, you're like, oh my gosh, it's not in the market, but I would move in because I just love how it looks, or I want to see if it sells. I've done that many times. So just go ahead, reach on out. I'll knock on their door for you, and I can even see if I can get you a sale. All right, enjoy the view.
Thank you so much for taking a look at Prairie View with us. If you want to look at other neighborhoods just like this all across the state of Wisconsin, click on the playlist right here and we'll take you through all the different hot areas. Now, also, if you want to take a look at the actual properties themselves and see what's available for sale on the market, I'll keep a link below and it'll be a live link so that anytime you click it, you'll see everything available on the market right now that you could potentially buy with all the information, the pricing, the size, bed bath count, so that you can take a look yourself as well. So enjoy that little extra nugget. And last thing, as a reminder, do hit the subscribe button to see our future videos and ring the notification doorbell below so you don't miss any of the future content. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, if you do want to buy or sell anywhere in Wisconsin, we are your Wisconsin Realtors. Thank you.